be a little like the voice. In other words, if I tell you to halt, I'm gonna go halt, ho, and I'm not gonna go ho. It's ho. You don't respond, I go ho. You know, I yell at you a little bit. Good. Now, almost halt. Okay, walk again. I'm gonna turn this microphone on.
Okay.
I think. Test. Does that help?
I think it does.
Good. Now, almost halt. Oh, and go forward. So this is something I use a lot, and it's what I call the literal half halt. Go halfway to halt. Not a technical half halt, it's a literal half halt. Yep. Yep. Now, he starts to lean down, he starts to get heavy. Lift your rib cage a little, almost halt, and go right forward. And right forward. How quickly can you do it? And again, oh, and forward. Oh, and forward. And forward, right away. Ideally, it takes one step. Did you braid again today?
I left them in.
Oh, that's fine. It'll still look very good. And almost halt. Oh, and forward. To me, you notice, I don't think I've used the word half halt here at all, have I? Yesterday, today?
No, I didn't hear it.
I don't use it until I know absolutely the people can ride a real half halt, or it becomes a lesson. But I do this kind of thing a lot. If you can't do this, if you can't do a quick whoa or a quick go, you're not going to have a half halt. To me, this is a prerequisite. Okay, let's go to trot. Chin up, chest up tall. Trot it. A little more trot. And walk one step and trot again. So make sure you're using your body as well. You lift that rib cage a little breathe out as you ask him to whoa. And again, almost up and trot. And now you're going to shorten your reins a little. Don't tighten them. Put your elbows a little in front of you. And almost walk. Oh, and forward. And forward. Yep. And almost walk. And forward. Yep. Good. Elastic. Are you letting him lean on you? Yeah. Now you know, yesterday it was all about giving. Today I want to take the next step. And that's telling him, being a little more proactive with him. You don't lean on him. You can make a correction to him. But make sure you're fair. And fair is that you're not correcting him when he leans on you, and then the next moment you're leaning on him. A little bit bigger trot, but not stronger in the ring. Bigger trot. And almost walk. Oh, and forward. Chin up. Don't hang on him. Don't let him hang on you. Yeah, and almost walk. And trot. Good. And elastic arms in canter. Keep that chin up. Yeah. Drop in one stride. Drop it. Good. Lengthen slightly. Shorten. Same way we did in the walk and the trot. Giving. Bigger canter. Smaller canter. Oh, give. Yeah. It wants to be ho. It mustn't be ho. And a little bit bigger canter. Elastic arms. Good. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I'd like you to try a shorter canter. Little leg back. And shorten one stride at a time. Ho, give. Ho, shorter. Ho, give. Ho, give. Ho. Try it. Maybe you'll break. The world won't end. Give. That a girl. And again, whoa the canter. Oh. Give. You really want to hold, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Think of whoaing one stride. And maybe even just, truly it should be just one step. It's hope. Giving, up, and give a little bit, and trot. Giving, forward trot, straight ahead. Now, I want you to ride the long side. You decide. Don't give him a hand on which to lead, but keep the forward trot and a half circle and a half pass at M. Look ahead. Are you holding him together? Point your hands to be. Giving again. Giving again. Yeah. Now that's kind of a dinky trot. But the bigger trot's going to make you want to hang on him more. Yeah. Give a stride. Just one stride. It's a blip. And circle. Turn this into a circle. Give again. Up. And canter. Elastic. Elastic. Big canter. Same thing we did the other way. Big canter. Shorter canter. Normal canter. Bring it back. Give. Give. Big canter. Smaller canter. Normal canter. Oh. Sit. Upper body. When you use your back at the canter, you just kind of make it a little more still. Don't follow it by so much. Big canter. Bend him a little right. Just supple him a little. Bend him a little right. Give a little. Yep. And shorten the canter. And very short canter. Doesn't matter. Bring him back again. Upper body very still. You kind of rock. Oh. Oh. Short. Try it. Come on. Lower. Supple. Supple. When I say supple, I mean maybe move the bit a little. You know, just don't hold it tight. You know, and short canter. Come on, try it. Oh, again, if he breaks, you won't die. Oh, you're sitting a little to the outside. Oh, giving. Oh, giving. Oh, giving. Oh, good. And let's give and come to trot. Make him find his own balance. Let him trot. Give again. Good. Don't make me say give. Now walk. Give him a short break and a pat. Good job. Very good job. Big walk, big walk, big walk. Yeah. Good. Now, I'm going to undo everything. I'm very happy with what you're doing. You're following my instructions from yesterday very well. Now, I want you're gonna love this.
Sarcastically as she snickers.
I want you to put it together the way you did at the beginning of yesterday's lesson.
Ooh.
So we're gonna undo everything we just did. Okay? And then what I did was sort of take everything away. And now I'm adding, the beginning of this lesson, we added a little to it. Now I'm gonna come from the other direction. I'm gonna go back to what you had and see if we can get some more elasticity to it. Less holding, but having the horse a little more collected.
Okay.
But collected involves a tremendous amount of suppleness and self-carriage. Collected includes his hind legs coming under more and carrying more weight, which means you should be carrying less weight. He should be carrying more. Okay? We have to have some power that we're redirecting. We're not getting rid of, but we're redirecting. What was powering forward is now taking the horse a little more off the ground. Okay, let's go medium wall. Everybody go that way. Now, put them more together.
use that chair, sweetie. You don't feet up on your horses.
Bend him a little right. Quick little bend. Quick. Make him answer the right rein. Did he answer? Can you put him more together than this in the walk? Should we go to trot? You tell me.
Yes.
Yes, what?
I can put
Okay.
more together.
Yeah, good. Now drop him one stride and put him right back there. Drop him a stride, put him back. Bend him a little right. Halt him. That wasn't prompt enough. And walk. Let's go to trot. You feel this is what you had yesterday morning? Or yesterday at the beginning of the lesson?
Yes.
Okay, drop him a stride. Drop him. Yeah, put him right back together again. Yeah, almost walk. Give, go forward. And give a little extra right just for fun. Make sure the left rein allows the bend. Yeah? Give a little bit. Shorten your reins. Put your elbows forward a little bit. Almost walk. Almost walk. Trot. Give a little. Put him right back together again. Give a little. Put him right back together again. A little rounder. Now, look at me. And please don't do this too much. Just move the bit a little left, right on his tongue once. A little left, right, and then give. Yep. Did that make him a little lighter? Yep. You keep doing it. It won't work. But the occasional little, let go of that bit, sweetums. Yep. Now, keep in mind, is he pretty heavy?
Yes.
Okay. So the only way we're going to get him lighter and let him carry himself is if you get lighter. But we can't just throw him away, right? Because then we'll have some sort of snowplow. Give, yeah. So what I'm saying to you, dangerously, is I want you to be a little busier, right? Be a little creative. Think of yourself as an artist out there. And if you're a sculptor creating this masterpiece, you have this ball of clay that you hold between your hands. And then you take a little bit from here and you put a little bit over there. And then you stand back and look at it. And then you take a little from here and you put it over there. And you stand back and look at it. And that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to take a little, give a little, leave it alone. Create, give. Yeah? Almost walk. Give. Make him lighter by giving. Make him lighter by not holding. I want you to give a little more often. You can take all you want right now, but I want you to give more often. A little bit more trot. Yeah? Good. Are we getting somewhere?
Yes.
Okay. One more circle, then you're going to go straight ahead and do a little shoulder in. Giving. Yeah. Don't give him something on which to lean. Now the same thing in shoulder in. Don't you hold it. Give a little. Atta girl. Look up in the mirror. Do you have any angle? Give a little. Even, or especially in shoulder in, you're going to ask. It's going to be done by a series of sort of half halts. Shoulders over, thank you. Shoulders over, thank you. More bend, thank you. Less bend, thank you. More forward, thank you. And the thank you is you shutting up. And give a little. Yeah, give a little. Good. 10-meter circle. Now this is where you double, triple check that the two of you aren't leaning on each other. Are you giving? Forward, haunches in. Give. What's the worst that happens? He falls apart. you know? And give. Give. Yeah, why do I have to say it twice? And give. Yeah, that's right. Make one big circle, and I want to see a little more trot, but he better not get heavier, meaning you better not hold on to him. Give. Yeah. Slow the trot one step. Oh, go forward. Giving, giving. Don't give him that shelf. Yeah, giving. Yeah. Straight ahead haunches in. Bend his neck and then give. Give. Give more. He's not gonna run away with you. Give more. Straight ahead, half circle, half pass. And I want to see you set up the half pass, and then your hands are just gonna let him half pass. Bending. Now point your hands to E. Give your reins. Give your reins. Now if you have to give a take, have to have a take in there somewhere and give your reins. Yeah. Why do you do this dinky little trot? Don't you hold it. Don't you hold it. Yeah. Atta girl. Atta girl. Don't you hold him. Giving. Almost walk. Giving. Giving. Make him a little round. Now, stop now. You're doing great. Now stop a moment. Now, let him have a long range. Just let him. Now, you're doing a nice job. And this is making sense to you. And this is what you'd like to accomplish.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is the dangerous part. Because I'm going to ask you to be a little more creative with your hands. And as I said yesterday, whenever I do this, I put all kinds of caveats, all kinds of warnings. Anything, any little creative something you do with your hands, you do it and you shut up. You don't do it over and over again. Okay, we have a couple riders that get it. So I mentioned this little wiggle, wiggle, give, and it just says, you know, let go of this, let go. I think of it as a little tiny tongue massage, but there's no head, there's no bending. It's just a little sliding of the bit. And to do it, you have to give a little to let the bit. So it's not this, it's this. It's just letting the bit slip. Or a little extra bend, give. Okay? Or a little take give on one rein. I mean, I don't know. You need to have a sort of a whole little toolbox of little things with which you're going to communicate. But in each case, it's a little bit of saying to you and him, we're not going to hang on to each other. Because you two are really good at that. Okay, what a good boy. Okay, let's go to walk. And I don't want you to be afraid to make a mistake. You know, we're changing the rules in a big way, and just don't be afraid to make a mistake. A little bit bigger walk. And overall, Sydney, I want to see bigger gaits. Put him a little extra together. Yeah, bend him a little extra, just play a little bit. Yeah, can you make him just a little rounder? Paul, just a second. I'm gonna walk next to you. You can do something. Is it the microphone, maybe? Let me turn it off. Is he normally like this?
Not normally.
Goodness gracious.
You're okay, Darbs.
Is it that weird thing coming out of my nose? take off my great big coat too. Now I'm normal looking, somewhat. There.
Like, okay, you're approved now.
Okay. Am I acceptable? No, I'm just gonna play here. Awfully worried. Now I bend him a little right, I bend him a little left. Don't ever get into headway.
Right.
There's a time to say, answer this rain, answer this rain. We're just standing here, it's almost a trick. Oh, he's tough on that right rein, isn't he? Okay, now he's a little too deep, right?
Right.
The pole, this is the highest point, the pole's not the highest point. Is that deadly? You don't wanna keep him there, but there's nothing wrong with asking him to be there for a moment. Then we let him come a little forward, and then I say, come back to me. Forward, come back to me. Good. Let's walk. Still look worried. All you do is keep him walking forward. Do you trim his eyelashes?
I do not.
Doesn't have.
It's probably
I mean,
where
not-
he was clipped. Sometimes I do.
Oh. Must never trim. Okay, ever. That's what protects his eyes. That's what he feels. Okay. Someone decided to. Wanna make sure he's got those things sticking out. It's like using the leg. You use the leg, something has to happen. You do this, whatever we're doing with the hand, something has to happen. See, particularly on the right, his first reaction, I put a little pressure and he matches it, he pushes against it. Instead of the reaction, which I get a little more on the left, I use a little pressure and he follows it. The right, he goes against it. So I'm gonna make it happen and then I'm gonna let go, just like I would with the leg. Okay? Walk. Walk. Ask him to come a little round. Can't make it work. Shake the bit a little. Shake the bit, give a little, ask him to come a little rounder again. Quick, quick. Yes, and give. That was super. Now ask him to come a little rounder again. I would shake that right rein where he wants to grab it. Yeah, and then give. It's a trick. I do this, you bring your nose in, good boy. You know, I could give you a dummy treat. I just think of it as a little trick. And then give. Yeah. So there's always that little reward. And the reward is letting go. Now, let your elbows come a little forward, shorten your reins, don't tighten them, and let's go to trot. Good. Yeah, now let his nose come forward, let your elbows go. Yeah, and now bring them a little together again. And let go, quick, let go. Can you bring them together in one stride? And let go. In other words, the norm is the letting go, and the use of the rein is the one stride. So before, the norm was the holding and the letting go was one stride. Now the norm is did I say that right? The norm was the holding and the letting go is one stride. Now the norm is the letting go and the use of the rein is one stride. You think? Yeah. Put it a little more together. Give. Don't make me say give. So do you feel like you can change his shape now?
Yes.
Yeah. Give. Yeah. The use of the rein is the one stride. The letting go is the norm. Don't hold it so long. And let's let's go to canter. Yeah. Put him a little rounder. And give. And put him a little rounder. And this time give a little more. Give more. Give more. Yeah. Good. And put him a little rounder. And give more. That was super. But I'm still telling you to give, and I don't want to keep telling you to give. You're holding too long. Challenge yourself to him. Can you do it in one stride? That means you let go after one stride. And drop him. Rounder and drop. And drop him. Well, that's okay. Didn't quite work. I just needed a little supporting leg. So, let's come to trot. Don't you pull on him. Little rounder. Right now, quick, bend him a little. Bend him a little. Give. Yeah. Make him a little deep. And give. And give. I don't want him to stay deep. I just want him to answer you. It's like when we made him a little slow. And walk. Long range. Love him. Now, so we've come at this two ways. One is we did little woes and goes, right? What we did in the beginning. Bigger, smaller, smaller, bigger. So that we were changing his stride. I'd like to say also his balance, but we probably weren't quite there yet. And then the other is changing his shape. We may let him be a little longer and a little shorter. Sometimes a little deep. Then we'll be able to say, now shift back, come a little higher, whatever. To me, dressage is all about having the communication with the horse, which is our aid, and the cooperation from the horse, which is his obedience, that we can do anything. We can ride him long, we can ride him short, we can ride him slow, we can ride him fast. We can have all kinds of creative, bendy, sidewaysy things. And that we can always, change the horse. We can emphasize this front leg or that hind leg, or the rib cage, or his ears, or whatever. Okay, let's go again. I want to see you playing with it a little bit. Now, oh goodness. Now, bend him a little extra to the right just for fun. Bend him a little extra to the outside. Quick. Yeah, and then back to the inside. Quick. And then let it be. Again, we're just talking to him. We're just giving him some things to do. Now, after you pass F, I'd like you to do a very simple turn on the haunches. And the only thing I care about this turn on the haunches is that you don't grab hold. You ride a little differently each step. I don't know what you do differently, but every step's a little different. Every step's a little different. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Don't hold it. Yeah. Hands up and in front of you. And let's go, let's go to canter. Does he do an easy flying change? I forget.
Fairly easy, yes.
Fairly easy.
When he's not driving the bus.
Are you holding him? Yeah. Good. Now, one stride short the canter. Yeah. Now put him a little more together like we did in the trot. Quick. Do something different if it's not working. Yeah. A little more together. A little bit more. Bend him right a little bit strongly. Quick. Give a little. Yeah. Bigger canter. Smaller canter. Don't hold him. Little, almost little jerks. It's what I call a soft jerk. It's a quick hand that says, listen,
but boy, you don't give him a chance to lean on it. Bigger canter. Supple, supple, drop it. Testing you. Yeah, back together again. You want to make sure, and this is super important, that as you try to put him together, his canter doesn't get flatter. It has the same amount of jump to it. Drop him again. Play with him a little bit. Give. Bend him right. Quick. Bend him right. Bend him left. Bend him right. Drop him. Move the bit and ask him to come a little rounder. Slide the bit. Drop him. Drop him. Yep. Push him faster. Supple. Don't grab him. When I say supple, again, just make something move a little bit. Yep. Good. Now give into the trot. Don't let him fall on your hand. Yep. Ask him to come rounder. And then drop him. Yep. Drop him. Drop him again. Good. 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 Drop him again. Bend him right. Quick. Yeah. And give a little bit and a walk. And a loose rein. Good job. Totally loose. I don't want him to lean at all on the bit. He can have his nose on the dirt, which he almost does. Now, I want to say a word about your arms, because this is one area where you work with people with a lot of experience. You'll have two different approaches. And we both of us, both approaches, people feel very strongly about it. One is you put your elbows at your rib cage and they basically never move. Okay, you've been sort of taught that, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's not my approach. Okay? The other is basically to have your elbow a little in front of you to make sure you're keeping a lot of adjustability in your arm. And you'll have some top people that talk about both. I feel very strongly about not telling anyone to put their elbows at their waist and keeping it there, because of what you're demonstrating a little bit. It tends, I find, to make people be very strong and a little bit unyielding. It doesn't have to, but that's the way it often translates. And that's where you see me in the beginning. I spend the time making sure everybody can follow and move the arm, go with the horse, and so forth. There are a lot of very, very good people that agree, with whom I agree, that take this approach. And I feel very strongly about it because I think it encourages more elasticity in everybody. And that is that your hands are always a little bit in front of the saddle, never over the pommel. Your elbow is a little bit in front of you. And as a funny little aside, there was a quote that came out of Charlotte Dujardin quite a long while ago that was taken completely out of context, but people love to quote it. Short reins win gold medals, she was quoted as saying. And if you look at her, she rides with her arms very much in front of her, with quite a short rein. And so with you, for example, where I believe you ride with your elbow too much back, which is the way you were taught, and all I ask is that you try my way while you're in front of me, or our way, it's not just me. If I tell you to shorten your reins, I am not telling you to tighten them. I'm telling you to move your hand a little forward on the reins, so your elbow's a little forward. Okay? So let's take up your reins again. Keep your elbow a little bit in front of you. Again, so your hands are in front of the saddle. And just play with his shape. Always making sure there's a little power there. Now, I want him much, much rounder than this. Bend him a little bit. Just like with the leg, if you use the hand, there must be a response. You're never going to let him just take back against you. If he grabs back against you, My first recommendation is to bend it. Never, never, never going left, right, left, right, left, right, ever. But, you know, just as we did a moment ago, you can bend him a few strides one way and then a few strides the other way. You just don't do it over and over and over again. Yeah? I want to see him in a little shorter outline. Supple, not from you grabbing, but from you. You want the horse to yield his jaw because he softens it. He lets go. Not because you're Godzilla and you haul him in, but because the jaw has gotten sort of softer, looser, the pole. And he drops his neck. Not that you hold it in. Yeah? It's from loosening. A little more. Be a little greedy for a moment so you can let go. If you can make the horse a tiny bit deep, it's one approach to being able to allow the horse into the correct shape. You know, you get a little too much. Jeez. I didn't do that. You get a little too much, and then you let it be easy. You know, you have a horse that's a little lazy. You ask him to go a little too fast and then let him settle back into a correct tempo and speed. Yeah, so make him a little too deep so you can let him come forward into the correct shape. Yeah, and then give a little and then ask again. Yeah. Give a little and ask again. Now, I would like to take a few minutes now and do basically what we've been doing, with one major change. I want to be able to shut up, or at the very least not say give. I want to be able to say, oh, take a little more, or something. A little rounder, quick, and then give, quick. Little shake of the bit, experiment a little bit. Be a little creative, be an artiste up there. Yeah. But do not let him lean against your hand. And let's go to trot again. Sydney, and let's trot, not jog. Yeah. And give a little. Yeah. Don't make me say it. Are you being an artist? Yeah. Have a canter. Supple arm, elbow stays a little in front. Canter on a little bit. Yeah. Good. Be creative. A little more canter. A little more. That's it. Now give. Yeah. Good. And come to trot. Supple, don't pull. Good job. Are we creative or are we just hanging on? Yeah. Bend him just a little extra and then a little less. Now, make your circle a little smaller, just cut in a little bit. And now, cut in a little. And now leg yield him out. Are you going to let him grab the bit? Are you holding him? Giving. Give again. Yeah. I'm having to say it. I'm not supposed to have to say it. Yeah. And let's walk. And let him down. Now, I've changed your riding hugely. Is that correct?
I would agree.
And do you like the direction in which we're going?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to have good moments, you're going to have bad moments. But I want you to buy a custom-made ear bonnet. And on the left ear, it's going to have a GI, and on the right ear, it's going to have a VE. Okay, you just got to keep, right now it's mechanical. Just give. Do something and give. And do something and give. Until starts to, you can talk to the horse without having to throw him away because you can talk to him in a more elastic way. You with me?
Yes, very much.
Super, super job.
Thank you.
Really proud of you.